Hello there. Once again, this is Anton from Antonimo Bay, taking a look at the Guardians of the Galaxy that I know. My special guest action figures today are the Caliban Build-A-Figure and Nighthawk. He's way cooler than I thought he'd be. He sucked a lot more than I thought he would. Everybody knows the Guardians of the Galaxy now, but back in the 90s, not too many people did, and this is a different version of the team. Vance Astro, Nikki, Yondu, and Charlie 27. There's also another guy named Martinez, and there's Starhawk, and there's a couple other team members in there. But for the most part, this is the Guardians that I grew up with, that I knew. Vastly different than the Guardians that everybody currently knows. I love this book. I absolutely love this book. This was one of the first books that I found in a quarter bin that's what got me hunting. This was one of the first books I really started hunting. This and Alpha Flight I absolutely loved them. So there's issue 17 and 13. Here's issue 12. This is set in the year 3000, 31st century, something like that. So, like, there's some great stuff in here. By far, my favorite comic book story that I grew up with was the quest for Captain America's shield. And literally, this team goes around throughout the galaxy looking for the long-lost shield of Captain America. And there's another bad group that's out to get it too. And they finally find it, and the bad guys get there first, and they collect it, and they're like, we've been fighting for this. It's a freaking piece of steel. This is junk. And they toss it. And Vance Astro picks it up, and he's like, this is not junk. This is a symbol of freedom throughout the galaxy, you know? It gives us like, and I just loved that. I wasn't even a Captain America, like, avid reader or anything like that. Like I said, this was early on in my comic book stuff, so that was my first exposure to Captain America and his shield, was this guy and just his quest to find it. And it meant so much, even though it's just a piece of, metal. But really fantastic way that they told that story. Another story thread that goes through here is Starhawk, the guy who has lived his life over and over and over again, so he knows everything that's going to happen. Extremely interesting character. I really loved him. I liked the Stark, which is a weird race of aliens that basically are based off Tony Stark's Iron Man technology. So they have to fight like an army of these alien Iron Mans. Great stuff. There's also a planet full of Punishers, which is amazing too, because it's a gang that runs this planet based on the life work of Frank Castle. Absolutely fantastic stuff. And it was so far in the future that they could do whatever they wanted with the plot and the story, and it never had to mess with the typical Marvel continuity. And if this guy's Hollywood, this is actually Power Man from Avengers West Coast, which I thought was great that they have him in there. He's still alive, clear into the future. I used to have the entire series, and I long ago sold it. And this is just what I've slowly rebuilt, which is, I wish it was more, but it is what it is. Still a fantastic book that I absolutely love. I will always buy these if I see them. Try and piece them all together. Get my collection of them back. The Silver Surfer is still around. Just a fantastically interesting book. That I think is all of them I have. But really, if you ever see these and you're like, this isn't the Guardians of the Galaxy, true, this is a different Guardians of the Galaxy. You should totally buy it, totally pick them up, totally give it a try. It's so odd, it's so weird, and it's so great. I can't recommend this series enough. And that's my story, and I will catch you guys later.